the girls under contract at Fox. And he used to invite them to his room, office, and then chase them around the desk. And he did this to a friend of mine. She has rather a well-endowed girl, and he chased her around the desk and panting and saying, you know, I gotta have you, you're so gorgeous. She finally got to the door and she put her hands down her blouse and she pulled out 2 huge falses and she threw them and she said, I think this is what you're looking for, Mr. Zanuck.
You've got a pretty good track record of resisting these guys. You resisted Marlon Brando, too.
But Brando, I adored. I thought he was wonderful and fascinating, incredibly sexy and very good. I mean, everything.
So you turned him down?
Because I was going out with his best friend.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you see. And he used to come to my little flat that I had on Shoreham Drive with George, the guy who was his best friend, who I was going with. And I used to be sure that the fridge was always full. He loved his food. Even then, he loved his food. And he had a weight problem even then, and I'm talking, you know, 30-odd years ago.
And he still doesn't learn his lines. He has to read them off people. Yeah.
I've heard some actors have told me that they've had to stick, that he has stuck on their chest and on their forehead a yellow sticker with his lines on, which is quite insulting. Yeah. I mean, he wouldn't like that.
Robert Duvall in Godfather was covered from forehead all the way to his waist with the whole script.
No, yeah, sure. Really?
Yeah, it's a true story.
Oh, God, how amazing.
Well, everyone's getting back together in the great series, like Dallas is getting back together, Knots Landing's getting back together. What would you see Alexis doing these days?
Well, I believe that Alexis lost all her money at the beginning of the 90s, and she became totally destitute, and she had to go and work as a waitress, and she had to go and work in this Italian cafe where she got hooked up with some mafiosa and got some hot tips on the stock market and managed to take a small bit of money and parlay it into a fortune.
And she got her shoulders
back on top again.
Yeah,
yes.
It's a great idea.
So maybe we'll do it.
Dynasty 2, the restaurant.
Yeah.
Great. Were you surprised to see the Dynasty look coming back on the catwalk? Power shoulders.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, power shoulders never left. I mean, I don't wish to go around in a wisp of chiffon with no bra and a pair of large knickers showing, thank you very much. It's not my look. Nobody can go around dressed like this. It's fancy dress, more than fancy dress.
Well, I love the way you rally around the flag, you stick to your guns, and you keep your shoulders square. Thank you very much, Joan Collins.
Clive.